Hi, I'm back with a 4-in-1 episode, an update on the open source motion control and focus control system for Unreal Engine, a short tutorial on why your camera tracker sucks and how to fix it, and a new camera tracker that is going to change the workflow of movie productions and live events. And finally, NAB 2022, after almost 2 years, NAB is back. All on this episode, we start now. Hey, what's up everyone? So, an update of the black box. It doesn't have a name yet, but the code name is O.S.U.M.S, open source Unreal Motion System. We'll keep it like that for now. First, a reminder of what the black box is and what it's going to have. It works in both directions, from Unreal Engine to your camera system and the other way around. So the hardware needs to provide 6-axis motion control, X, Y, Z, pan, tilt, and roll. And we're also controlling focus, iris, and zoom. And we have the AI-assisted focus tracker, plus a manual remote fist control. Now, originally I was planning to build a system from the ground up using the free version of Altium Designer, but even if I do all this work, the supply chain for manufacturing right now is a mess. And most of the most popular components are not even available for production. So I'd rather use something that already exists, and guess what? I found the perfect solution. This board is used for 3D printers. That at the end of the day is the same thing. It's motion control. So why reinvent the wheel? You can buy this right now for $50. So yeah, why not? But here are the better news. The board is powered by an RP2040 microcontroller. This is the same chip used for the Raspberry Pi Pico. This is a monster of microcontroller that gives you all the microcontroller features like CAN bus, I2C, SPI, UART, and even USB communication. The chip is a dual ARM Cortex M0 Plus that runs at 133 MHz. This is a perfect microcontroller for sending and receiving information independently thanks to the dual core. You can program C, C++, and MicroPython, and can also run TensorFlow Lite. And if you want more power, you can also connect to a Raspberry Pi to have better graphics and more peripherals. This board is open source and well documented, and it's worth mentioning that this chip was launched during the pandemic, so all the components that make this board are already available in post-pandemic market. So yeah, problem solved and move on. For the focus system, we are still using the Z2 camera. It's important to understand that this camera's only function is going to be to track focus distance and help the focus tracker. I have a lot of faith on this project. I think it has a huge potential in the virtual production market because this product is needed. So let's move on with the second part of this 4-in-1 episode, which is why your camera tracker sucks and what you can do to fix it. So first, let's ask ourselves, who are the best in the market and why? Let's say I'm sure there is not much argument here, but O.S.U.M.S and Stipe are the best, and let me add anti-latency to the mix. So first off, what makes all these tracking systems so good? The answer is simple. They have something to track. So the camera has something consistent to track. As a matter of fact, all these systems use the same visual SLAM algorithm to determine the 6-axis position, X, Y, Z, PTR. Now, there are many ways to achieve real-time 6-axis location, and although some systems use IMU to track pan, tilt, and roll, they're very slow for virtual production, and at the end of the day, it's like trying to use a bubble for accuracy. Yes, bubbles are good, but not fast enough. We can argue for ages about this, but the eye doesn't lie. But if you want to use IMUs, small, smooth movements are the limitation. So O.S.U.M.S use B-SLAM, Stipe use B-SLAM, O.S.U.M.S uses B-SLAM, and Z2 cameras use B-SLAM. The only secret sauce, again, for O.S.U.M.S and Stipe is that they use something consistent to track. These are the same algorithms used on F-35 augmented reality helmets. In a sense, we're talking about the same thing all the time. The applications are different, but the result is always the same. So what is the obvious thing that you don't have with O.S.U.M.S or Z2 cameras or any other visual system? You don't have markers to track. Although everyone is telling you that you don't need markers with these cameras, I'm here to tell you, trust me, you need markers. So the solution is simple. I already told you. So I'm not going to make a long tutorial on how to place marker, but I'm just telling you that's the solution. And the other part of the solution is to flick the camera 90 degrees to have better tracking of markers. And you have to do the same for Unreal Engine project. But trust me, just do it. This is going to change your tracking life. Flip the camera 90 degrees, pull reflected takes, and thanks me later. On this note, shout out to Marwan Rossi from Red Tracker. He's releasing the Red Tracker Bliss, replacing for the Interior Sense T265. Can't be happier about it. Finally, someone picked up the ball by integrating the O.S.U.M.S chip. Thank you, Marwan. You're the man. I'm excited to see it working. Now, let's move to the third part of this episode. So to make the long story short, I flew to Buckingham in the UK, not that one, but this small town close to Oxford. Buckingham is one of those unreal places in the UK where modern life doesn't affect the landscape of the small town. It's a place where you still have mom and pop stores with a mix of 800 years old buildings. It's one of those places where people still say hi in the morning. I have to be honest, I fell in love with that place. Now let's talk about RaceLogic. RaceLogic is a company founded 30 years ago by Julian Thomas, who is a mix of Steve Jobs with Jay Leno. Not as a comedian, but Jay Leno's passion for cars. If you're a races enthusiast, you might be familiar with the RaceLogic's car products. They are industry standard for research and development, for car performance, and position and data logging. Car manufacturers around the world use RaceLogic products to analyze performance and safety features. So how a well-established company that designs equipment for car makers get into virtual production? Well, they have a product that is perfect for virtual production, and that is the VIPS system. It's like a GPS for indoors. It uses ultra-wideband antennas and receivers, it's very stable, it has low latency, and other than tracking a car at high velocity, it's also perfect for tracking cameras for virtual production. So the spin-off of this system is called AirPixel. And this opens a new Pandora box of possibilities for virtual production. Now you're not limited to visual tracking systems that needs perfect lighting conditions to track their position. But now you can use it in any environment. Live multicam compositing on any light condition, either it's a parking lot, an office, or even on a football stadium. To manage expectations, don't expect this to be a solution for small budgets. But companies like Amazon, Netflix, Warner Brothers, and all major studios are going to love to have this tool available. This product has a lot of room for improvement, but out of the box, AirPixel is going to expand the possibilities for live events and in-production VFX visualization. I know for a fact that Warner Brothers, Fox, Netflix, Apple, and Amazon are excited about this new solution. For more information, go to air-pixel.co.uk and I wish them the best. And one last thing. Yes, after 2 years, I'm going to go back to NAB. Very excited to go back to an in-person convention in Las Vegas. If your company is going to be an NAB this year, please let me know. I am bringing a camera crew, and by a camera crew, I mean myself. So let me know so I can plan in advance. Anyway, like and subscribe. If you want to chat with me, join my Discord server. A lot of virtual production people is on the Discord channel. You can send private message. It doesn't have to be on the chat. And remember, like and subscribe, all that stuff, and see you next time.